Golden Knights will start with a puck. This trio, Barbashev, Stone, Eichel. 15 points collectively on this young season. Work back to the line, McNabb. His shot blocked. Hanzik a chance to spring Coleman. Blake Coleman coming in. On Hill shoots. Stopped by Aiden Hill. Polisar sent it in. Oh, Wolf off the heel of his stick. Scrambles back to make the stop. Wolf realized it went off his heel. Backlund. Into Uyghur. Fakes it backward. Shoots. Scores! Michael Backlund with a beautiful shot. 1-0 Flames.
Mackenzie Uyghur, first he picks it off in the neutral zone, and then Calgary gets to work on the forecheck. Hunting pucks, being aggressive. The puck's going to eventually come back to Uyghur, and this is the benefit of playing on your offside. You can get to the middle, the pump fake, and that gives Backlund all kinds of time. And Uyghur playing on the offside tonight for the first time this year, and he actually prefers that. That's a
Shoot it right back into the goalie.
well, we've seen that a lot lately.
Coronado lets it rip. Mask comes off and Hill stops it without the bucket. Hurdle. Dorofeev shoots right pass. Saved by Wolf. Made that look easy. Able to hang on to it. Cuts back. Backhander down in the zone. Backlund leans on his man. Wins the puck against Korzak. Now Coleman shoots. Scores!
On the forecheck to start this game, and Michael Backlund gets aggressive. Nice hit on the forecheck. That causes the initial turnover, and then Vegas just pops the puck out. You see a lot of teams do that, thinking that there's going to be an offside defenseman there. Instead, it's Blake Coleman, and I love this. He doesn't dust it. Doesn't take any time. Doesn't give Hill an opportunity to set up, and picks his spot.
Stolen Marner sends it over. In point blank. Wolf the save on Dorofeev.
Friend doing everything he can, laying out, and here's the save. Look how much time Dorofeev has to come in.
Coronado with Farabee holding the line. Kadri checks up. On to Uyghur. Now Farabee back across. Kadri! Stoned by Schmid. And the rebound by Coronado stayed out as well.
Interference. We'll take a look at the call. And it starts with Kadri getting a really nice cross-seam pass. And then just gets into the way of Braden McNabb. That's the interference call. And Coronado gets a rebound opportunity on well. And there it is right there.
On the wrong end of those too often. He'll try and shake it free as Kadri plays it right through the crease. Ball, a hard shot on the follow-up. That missed. 91 miles per hour. But here comes Vegas. Eichel in. Shoots, snared. Leaks through Wolf. Eichel scores. Wolf a piece, but not enough. And Vegas is on the board.
And a great shot there from Jack Eichel. Player low zone. And then after that, Eichel's going to pick up that puck. And he shows pass and slows down for a split second. He's got that real quick release. And Wolf thinks he has it, and it just trickles behind him. And Eichel's able to bat that in. And you see it just for that.
Followed these Flames as a youngster. Here comes Zary. 2-on-1 with Lomberg. Zary in, shoots. Blocker stop. Schmidt got just enough to fight it off.
And soon after, Connor Zary is going to get a glorious opportunity on a bad line change.
Everyone with a puck touch on this shift. Coronado to Kadri in tight. Flutter nearly worked. Gritton can't find it for a shot in between the hash marks.
Responding after giving up that Eichel goal. And then behind the net, there's Coronado, who's got the great shot. Showing some soft hand.
Near the end of last year under Trent Cull. Mitch Marner as the Flames defend the Vegas Golden Knights. Eichel shoots. Pad stop. Rebound. Wolf's got that against Stone. On to Coronado. Has Kadri waiting for it. Kadri looking to go back to Coronado. Finding it instead. Back to the line. Ball into Kadri! What a stop by Schmid and a great look by Kadri. Anderson unloads, blocked by Kolazar.
That penalty. How about this pass from Big Ball? Puts it on a tray for Kadri, and Kadri, he's at about...
Looked like it was going to be anyway. Farabee. Now to Frost. Farabee off the goal stick. Schmidt in tight. Sharangovich stopped by Schmidt down low. Farabee. Now to Frost. Farabee off the goal stick. Schmidt in tight. Sharangovich stopped by Schmidt down low.
Really like Clap this game so far. Playing with a ton of energy and some bite.
Lynn's trying to recover off a face-off. Here's Barbashev to the side. Great save, Dustin Wolf. His best tonight.
Before this finally goes in off the stick of Korzak. Now here's the opportunity earlier on Mark Stone as he stretches out.
Uyghur cuts back. Marner rolled right over him. Dorofeev in front, looking for Hurdle right through the wickets. As Hurdle had a heartbeat untouched. Marner in front again. Hurdle to haul down. Korzak scores. The play comes undone, and Vegas ties it up at 2.
And then another opportunity. Hurdle all alone at the side of the net. As that just bounces over his stick, and Vegas just sticks with him. There's a penalty coming on that play. It's a broken play, and the puck's going to end up on the stick of Korzak. I think Dustin Wolf might have been getting a penalty there. Or
Hanzik putting it right to the side. Barbashev. Piece of the hit from Hanzik. Eichel comes in the meantime. Eichel driving to the net, scores! Power move, second of the game from Eichel, and Vegas takes their first lead.
on the rebound as Eichel's just going to bull his way to the net. He's got that long reach as he drives around Miromanov, and watch the leg of Wolf here. As Eichel, it's a little bit of a change of speed, slow then fast, and then right to the net. Watch his stick. His stick pushes the pad at Dustin Wolf. I think we might see a challenge here.
Well, they're taking a close look at it. James on to Kadri. Just wobbled off his blade. Miromanov stops, shoots. That goes off the post behind Schmid.
Gets the puck and he just throws it towards the net. That went off Theodore.
And go with Coronado. Brecko nearly lost it, then does turn it over. He's trying to cut back. Barbashev steals it, now has it alone. Barbashev in, shoots, stop. Wolf off the redirection from Stone. What a save.
Take one more look at it, and how he actually comes.
Knuckling puck in the Vegas zone. Frost. Norparek could keep it in. No icing. Carlson will get there first for Vegas. Carlson to Marner to the side, and that'll do it. Vegas into the empty net. Courtesy Hurdle. And a 4-2 score.
And eventually Marner's going to make a nice play on this empty netter, but Carlson has all kinds of time. He's anticipating the puck getting shot down, and then Marner over to Hurdle. Hurdle puts it in.
Vegas Golden Knights get their first regulation win of the season, and the Flames
in overtime last Saturday night on the East Coast. Canes have made the trip west. They kick off a 6-game road trip here tonight in this first meeting of the season. 2 times these teams will play. This is the 51st time. Goodrow near the end of his shift for Reed. He scored a great goal here on Saturday night and then had quite the scrap with Ross Johnston of the Anaheim Ducks. Here's Orlov with a shot. That one's knocked down by the goaltender Bussey. He'll work down in the corner against Celebrini, who's got his hands full there with the big Jankowski, but does a nice job keeping him on the outside. Now a shot from Riley. That'll bounce through. Nedeljkovic to save. Sharks allowed 44 shots on goal to Anaheim here on Saturday night. That volume is not going to serve you well in the long term as Nedeljkovic handles that one. And
it's been a long road for Taylor.
Still playing at a high level. Here's Reeves. Looks back. Nobody coming. It's all up to you, Revo, and he puts it on net. Saturday night, but also was part of the end of the game, turning a puck over that led to the winner by Leo Carlson. Now Ferraro a shot, that's off a stick wide. Back for Orlov. And Carolina busting out of the zone. It's Nikolai Ehlers. He'll slide it to the right. Jackson Blake fakes his shot, then puts it on net. Nedeljkovic the save. Big high rebound. Now Ehlers faked the shot, brings it back. Watched by Ferraro. Ehlers keeps his balance going around Smith. Then he lost the puck. He gets helped up by Aho, who dumps it behind the net. A quick play by Nedeljkovic to Orlov, who is checked back there by Ehlers. And now it's Seth Jarvis. Absorbs a body check from Sean Walker, who had a decent chip. Here's Robinson. He'll bounce one in. That's gloved cleanly by Nedeljkovic. For Seth Jarvis. Nice work by Skinner as he won the battle with Shane Gostisbehere. Now gets around it! And a save by Bussey, but a penalty coming up on the play against Carolina.
Is outstanding. Goes a little 10-2, opens up. 1 foot of 10, 1 foot of 2, and then is able to bring the puck in for the great chance on net. This, though, your defense sets up your offense. The pressure by Skinner. Here comes a little 10-2 right here. Boy, thank you very much. That equals a little shimmy shake. Great chance, and that slash just knocks the puck off his stick just enough that he doesn't get the goal, but he generates a power play opportunity.
In his debut for the team in their win over the Devils. Here's Miller. Pass, shot, saved by Nedeljkovic as he robs Carrier.
Pretty good along the boards. Can't get that puck out. Andre Miller does a very good job on stepping up, taking away his time.
Renberg ended up with the puck, but then it caromed away to Sam Dickinson. Puts it on net. Saved by Bussey, and the rebound got through past Skinner. Here's Sebastian Aho, the perennial goal-scoring leader for Carolina until last year when Jarvis did it, and they scored. Delayed penalty was coming. Sean Walker with a blast. Nedeljkovic appeared to be screened, and it's 1-0 Carolina.
About our keys to the game was movement in the offensive zone. Look at all the movement in the offensive zone, and look at Nedeljkovic trying to find this puck. You've got, that's a great shot, but you have got movement from everybody. All 5 guys are intertwined, and they are making sure that they are supporting each other, and they get people to the net.
Get out of his own end. Look at the pressure. First Carrier, then Stahl. But Orlov has it. And here's Wenberg in alone. Saved by Bussey.
Mario's going to get pressured, trying to bring the puck up. Here comes the defenseman down the wall, but you've got to make sure you've got support, which is Orlov. Terrific pass. Well, Bussey, watch how aggressive he is. See, he gets the stick out and the big splits. Again, 6'4" goalie. He covers a lot of space. Alex Wenberg with the fake shot. Now he's going to bring it to the backhand, but look at how far out.
Has it again for Carolina and sends it off the glass and down to center. 4.5 deep into period 2. It's 1-0 Carolina. Here's William Eklund in. Scores! Eklund with his first of the year. We're tied at 1.
Good defensive play by Nick Lenny. This puck's going to go on the pop fly. Nick Lenny creates the loose puck, and then William Eklund. Quick shot, beats Bussey through the 5-hole right here. Good stick check. Now, bang, you can go the other way. Heck of a quick up by Tyler Toffoli. There's the shot. There's the goal. Tie it up. Your defense draw.
Here's Celebrini. And now Smith. Back for Toffoli from Eklund. Trying to redirect it in. Bussey fought it up.
And there's a wide open space there. Sheffield, he pressures up. He's coming back. He doesn't have a stick, so he can't get the stick in the passing lane. And what a save again by Bussey. My goodness me. That's about the 4th real grade A chance he has stopped. Good pass. Good job going to the net. Good attack. Smart play, though, by Skinner. Take the ice available.
Now Gaudette. Letty will settle it. Dump it down for Goodrow. Barkley, side of the net, Skinner! Oh, he thought he had it there. Smacks his stick on the ice. He had Skinner in the vicinity. Now Martinook back the other way for Carolina. Has a teammate breaking to the net! And off the goalpost, they follow up and score! Will Carrier will get the final touch. It's 2-1.
A good attack through the zone. Now, it's tough to sort out. You got to come back as hard as you can, yeah, but it's just spread out and just too much in that situation as Dickinson tries to guide it into Nedeljkovic. Watch the pressure coming. Okay, you want to just clear that puck away if you can, but there's the pressure coming in. Bang, Carrier follows it up. And
help out the goaltender who made the play. Liljegren for the Sharks. Hartley Goodrow now has Gaudette, and Sussy made the save. Gaudette with a great chance there. A quick pass for Robinson. In on net, he scores! Eric Robinson, and it's 3-1.
how often do we see it in hockey? Blocker comes down, and this is a heck of a move. Now, it looks like it's a bad goal, but it's a guy.
But no indication at this point that he's injured, Svechnikov. Here is Hall with Stankoven. Back for Costas Bear, and he scores! And the Hurricanes keep on coming. It's 4-1. As opposed to the Utah Hockey Club. That game on ESPN Plus Friday night at 6 with Bay Area hockey broadcaster Roxy Bernstein and AJ Malesko on the call. There's a shot and a goal for Jackson Blake, and it's 5-1.
But again, it's the pressure by the Carolina Hurricanes. First to pucks. All kinds of time and space. Well, I don't think Nedeljkovic read that play very well. I don't know if he didn't see it going D to D because there are people there, because he didn't seem to get across at all on that.
And Orlov heads back, and that will do it here on this Tuesday night at the Shark Tank. A 42-shot, 5-goal performance and a first-ever NHL win for 27-year-old rookie goaltender
Jeff Gorton, Ken Hughes getting extended 5 years just earlier today. The big contract for Lane Hudson. And now the home opener for Montreal underway as Adam Larson up the right side for Seattle. Back where it is Hudson. What an ovation he got to kick things off at the Bell Center tonight. Hudson skating, dropping, goalie there. Round the wall for Cole Caulfield. And it pops all the way to center. Juraj Slafkovsky in pursuit of the puck. Suzuki cutting in, drops it off. Hudson right on in the rebound. Chandler Stevenson, puck on his stick. He'll bring it up ice with some pace. Winterton shot, and a good blocker save, Montembeault. Puck in the corner. Here's Newhook for Demidov. Demidov will skate it in. Stops, waits. Center, big score! What a pass! Demidov to Newhook. 1-0 Montreal!
Game-breaking stuff by Ivan Demidov right there. Blink and you'll miss it. Watch how quickly this rush develops. It starts in the defensive zone, but Demidov does a great job. Dunn stumbles just a little bit, and that buys Demidov enough time to cut to the middle of the ice and absolutely rip this pass across the ice onto the tape of Newhook, who made a sprint right to the back post. That's hard to handle.
Demidov, Carrier getting the assist as that red shot kicked aside. Big rebound high as Newman let it go. As Montour has been a Habs killer in his career, 17 points in 19 games. Montour again, slap pass in front, Montembeault! Best save of the game for him on Stevenson, right in front.
Possession in the offensive zone, that means Hudson can go to work, but he...
Here's Stevenson over the blue line. For Eberle. Stevenson, nice little tip on Montembeault's right pad was ready. Tolvanen to Dunn. Tolvanen can really shoot the puck. Tolvanen, Dunn. Works it down the right in front, score! Right the setup man, and Jaden Schwartz bangs in his first of the season. Power play goal, and we're tied up at 1.
Brian, as soon as you mentioned that Eeli Tolvanen can shoot the puck, you remember he led this team in goals last season. He commands a lot of attention. What happens? That opens up low in the zone on the back door. That's Jaden Schwartz. You can see Jack Guy. He's respecting the shot by Tolvanen, but the puck moves quickly to the back door as Shane Wright slings this across the crease. Schwartz gets there, and he's able to redirect it past Samuel Montembeault. That's a little bit of...
Here's Hudson for Goulet. Goulet wanted it in front. Nice stick. Larson or Suzuki was in home free. Good defensive stick by number 6. Caulfield. Wrist shot, score! Cole Caulfield! An absolute rocket off the turnover, second of the season. Caulfield's made it 2-1.
Caulfield, right after Adam Larson batted this puck out of the air, you're thinking he's going to play for the Seattle Mariners. Nick Suzuki goes to work. Juraj Slafkovsky comes to help him. It becomes a 2-on-2, and no one flexes out to take away Cole Caulfield.
Alexiak shoots it in deep again. Gaudreau behind the net. Gaudreau for Karche. Karche. Newman's in front. Karche shoots, spinning, score! Off a skate and in. Newman, I believe, got the last touch. And Seattle's tied the game.
And Carrier are going to run into each other at the side of the net. It creates a little bit of a pick, and then bodies in front as Cartier just tries to find a stick. It ends up going off Newman and beats Samuel Montembeault. As Jake Evans tying up the stick, Jack-Eye tying up the stick of
McCann on the puck again. McCann in front, Mahara, Montembeault, what a stop! Late stages of the period, massive save from Sam Montembeault. Gallagher took the cross check, able to work it for Bolduc. Bolduc, round the wall to Matheson. Across quickly. Dobson, space in, shot, score! The deflection in front, as they talk about it, it looks like it's Kirby Dach's goal, as Dobson was also looking for his first as a Montreal Canadian, but Kirby Dach has his first of this year's campaign.
For 221 pounds, no one's going to impede his way as the Canadians get in on the cycle, and Noah Dobson keeps this puck in, heads downhill, head up the whole way, but there's Kirby Dach right at the top of the blue paint. Doesn't get boxed out. Jared McCann lifts his stick, but by that point, Kirby Dach has established body positioning.
Gallagher back, he swipes at it. That wrist shot wide. Good velocity from Josh Mahara. Alexiak, wrist shot, score! Alexiak, a rocket, and again, Seattle's tied it up at 3.
Now this is a moving screen in front of Samuel Montembeault. As Jamie Alexiak's going to get his first goal of the season. He had 4 last year. He can move the puck fairly well, but there is a ton of traffic, and it's not just in front of Samuel Montembeault. Multiple layers, high in the zone, a one-on-one, Kirby Dach and Beniers, and then right in front of Montembeault, Lane Hudson and Jordan Eberle. 4 bodies that Montembeault has to deal with moving in front of him as Alexiak, no one in his lane. He's able to take his time with this shot, waits for it all to develop to send that pass flat to Ivan Demidov, just gets too much on it.
Montour, waiting, shooting, hit a skate, follow-up, score! McCann buries it off the rebound, and Seattle finally leads the game. It's 4-3.
He's the sharpshooter for this Seattle team. It doesn't take him much to find a goal. Season, a torrid start for him as he gets a nice bounce here off a face-off win for the Kraken. And McCann tied up with Arbor Jack-Eye. The puck's going to go off of him as Jack-Eye goes to locate it. McCann finds it first, and then he just spins and shoots. Hard for Samuel.
Puck behind the goal line. Lining for Demidov. Demidov cutting in. What a move. Passes across. Line. Demidov in. Wait. Score! Ivan Demidov! 4-4 game! The patience. The finish. His first of the season. Electric stuff at the Bell Center.
A ruckus in front of the net. Brendan Gallagher went hard into the blue paint. Demidov doesn't force feed this puck. He whiffed on a one-timer earlier in the shift, but Patrick Laine, he doesn't force the puck to the front of the net. He makes the smart play, and that's to Demidov in the slot, and he just outweights Joey Daccord, who can't get to the left side of his net because Gallagher.
Veneer, Suzuki, line up. Suzuki wins it. Hudson off the draw, curls around. Lane Hudson cutting in, dropping off. Caulfield shoots, score! OT winner! Cole Caulfield!
They execute it right off the face-off win. Watch all the moving parts here as Nick Suzuki wins this face-off. Cole Caulfield exits your screen to the right, and then it's all about interchanges, creating some chaos for the Seattle Kraken. Montreal does exactly that, and the punchline, Cole Caulfield headed downhill, puts this right past Joey Decourt on the sharp angle. He's got Nick Suzuki on the back post, but that doesn't matter.
The Caps a 2-1 mark as play begins this Tuesday night. Michael Markovich, Francois Chiron are the referees. Dan Kelly, Libor Suchanek have the lines. Steer it to Faravari. Wilson's snapshot shrugged aside by Vasilevsky.
I like the traffic in front on that play.
Kucherov wheels and deals. Off the feed here, Thompson with a good step out to beat Hagel.
Things were dreadful, but they turned it around last night. Or yesterday afternoon. Good play, too, by Kucherov. Hagel coming off the bench, full flight. Good stop there by Logan.
Kucherov's in. Short side, he tried to go high. Thompson shut the door.
And then Kucherov, this is what he can do. Right off the coconata there.
You'd love to see a repeat of what happened last year against the Canadiens in the postseason.
Al, thanks. We'll see how they mesh tonight against the Lightning Bolts. Tampa Bay in the white jerseys. Quick set play, they score. Gensel.
Yeah, right off the draw, and that's been sort of a problem for them. In fact, yesterday, they were terrible. They just won 18 of 60 faceoffs yesterday against the Bruins. They're right up there. This is their fourth faceoff they won here in this game, and it comes back, and it's a beautiful pass through the seam that finds Gensel wide open. You just see the vision, and he gets the puck on his stick, and he immediately shoots it. Look at how good that pass is. That's a saucer pass.
Hedman plays it on around for Braden Point. On the outlet to Hagel, streaking down the dasher. Cross ice, Kucherov bump sets pretty. Snapshot, glove, save.
The late guy coming in Moser. And there's that wrister, even through a little bit of a screen as Chikrin's trying to take that and block it. And he gets it around him, but right into the catching mitt of Logan Thompson. Pretty decent man-on-man coverage there by the Capitals' 5-some. They kept everything to the outside, not giving him a chance.
Hagel right to the hoop, stopped by Thompson, and he'll squeeze. Logan Thompson has been at the ready time after time. This time for Hagel. This is game 4 for the Capitals this season. That's the first time they've allowed a goal in the first period this campaign. Thompson there for the denial, or else Gensel had his second. Hedman looking for the trailer. Kucherov, a dangerous pass. It's picked. Sordeff's in alone. Sordeff stopped by Vasilevsky.
Players won't. There's a little pass across, and it's ripped off, and here comes Sordeff right up the ice. But look at the hustle coming back between Hedman and Kucherov. The way they shut him down, there's some pressure by Moser, the defenseman, along with Hedman, and there's the puck right into the catching glove. So was Hedman trying to find Moser, not Kucherov, former third-round pick of the Florida Panthers.
Jacob Chikrin carving in, tries to stuff there on Vasilevsky.
Yep, here's some rapid attempt, but look at how quickly goaltenders in this day and age can go from one post to the other with one quick push. And that left pad's right tight to the ice. There's no way that puck's going in. Great overhead there. He actually beat Chikrin to the far post. Ryan Leonard in the slot.
Leonard hits the brakes. Leonard head up, closing, fires off the post. He had Vasilevsky beaten. It goes the other way, 2-on-2. Point closing in. Cuts to mid-ice. One touch off the pipe.
Start with the Caps. Here's the Ryan Leonard snapshot wrister that hits the post dead on. Here's the good release. Beautiful shot. But then Hagel getting that shot. He rings the short side post past the blocker. So a lot of ironworks here early on in the
Going to be a committee approach for the Caps, who have a possible 3-on-1 developing. Leonard settles, kicked out of there by Vasilevsky. Back comes Tampa Bay, 2-on-1. Kucherov and point. Kucherov to the cage, stopped by Thompson.
Wow, and I mentioned moving laterally, then Kucherov gets an opportunity.
And away comes Hagel. On for Kucherov. Kucherov on the crisscross with Hagel, closing. Glove stopped by Thompson.
This was a 3-on-1 to turnover, and off to the races they go. This is a 2-on-1 crisscross with Hagel and Kucherov.
Is the reserve netminder. Phoenix Copley is a scratch. The Bolts are carrying 3 targets. Wilson able to clear over the head of Moser. McMichael's on his horse. Connor McMichael, good feed, score! Alexei Protas.
Was coming around the net, and McMichael came out the short side. Here's Connor beating everybody in the puck. Look at Vasilevsky quickly move, and look where the puck goes. Look where he's looking. He thought he was coming around the net. His head completely turns now, and look at the empty net that Pro has.
Gets the handoff, closes in. Hedman gives it to 86. Kucherov feed, bumps at point, stopped by Thompson. Point advances, gets the attacking line, shrugs the shoulders and finds Gensel. Hedman straight away, he'll dust it off, find Kucherov next. Hedman, wrister, deflection, score! Red light on, 1:23 into the third. Tampa Bay bolts to the lead.
It was definitely deflected on the way. Who's going to score this goal? Here's Kucherov, Hedman, look at point in the high slot. There's his stick, there's the puck. That little low pass from the defenseman Hedman hits point right on his stick, and look at how it changes. It goes from low to high. You could see the reaction of Logan Thompson at the end of that.
A lower body injury keeping big number 80 on the sideline. Sort of closing in. Lets it fly. Stick save. Vasilevsky.
He can't believe it. His number. Here it is. Connor McMichael hard to the net. There's the shot. Excellent stop by Vasilevsky.
Baravari bum rushed off the biscuit. Bjorkstrand closing. That just grazed off of Thompson and wide of the goal as Logan has it in the glove. It was intercepted but not clear. Carlson, good move. To the corner. Rotate for Wilson. Carlson's at the mid-ice. Long range deflection, score! The Caps have tied it on a power play goal with Wilson in front.
It's ripped off and held in. Here's the Capitals play, the shot, the deflection. Tom Wilson will get the strike, but it all stems from too much high-risk hockey, trying to get a breakaway while shorthanded. They don't get it out of the zone, and this allows the Caps to continue the rush of the play, keep it inside.
Wilson using his long reach to turn wide. Wilson driving the cage. Stick check there by Vasilevsky as the net comes off its moorings. Through center, Beauvillier. Gord threw a shoulder at him. Ovechkin slots one. Stick save, Vasilevsky.
With that blocker side, watch this shot. Immediately, Chychrun fires it. There it is, right above the block.
Protas takes it for a ride. Waits for a lane to open. There it is. Off the post. Send it all the way back to the rear guard, who's backpedaling at center. Into the second minute of OT. First goal wins it. On the move, Wilson, full throttle. Tom Wilson turns. Wilson feeds the front. Score! Jacob Chychrun! Washington's a winner.
The Caps dominate the win-loss department. Look at Tom, get the step, watch him come around, then Chychrun sneaks in on the left side of the screen. Poor coverage in front.
Tonight, if he gets matched up against McDavid more often than not. But simply put, when you want your team to play with grit and you get a top guy playing with grit, you're going to be better. Away we go, Kenny.
Zibanejad, Panarin, Lafreniere start the game for the Rangers with Matthew Robertson and Will Borgen on defense. Oilers with Trent Frederick. Bakanainen. Puck knocked down by Panarin. Here comes Zibanejad.
to the trailer. Schneider stopped by Skinner. The Rangers' first shot on goal. Then across the line. Carrick, nice move, and Skinner able to make the stop with the left pad.
Really good support from Gabbert.
Skinner without a stick. Another opportunity for Carrick.
Match is up. No score early in the first period.
Blocked off. Stetcher with it for the Oilers. Panarin got a stick on it. Here's Zibanejad across. Panarin waits. Shoots with a save by Skinner.
Sam Carrick gets a golden opportunity.
The first two games. Puck blocked off by Gavrikov. Oilers keep it alive. McDavid back out to the point for a shot by Bouchard through a screen and a right pad stop by Shesterkin. Edstrom got a stick on it. Fox sends it back the other way. Just past the midway point. First period from the Garden. Here's Carrick out in front and a save by Skinner.
An opportunity on a really good forecheck. Now, look at the stick position of Carrick, right? He takes the boards away on a reverse, and then good forecheck, good shot, better save.
There's Panarin with Zibanejad and Lafreniere. Because Zibanejad with a shot stopped by Skinner. Puck played by Kapanen. McDavid keeps it alive for Draisaitl. Back out for Bouchard. Pulls the string and then shoots. And a glove save. Best of the night to this point, made by Shesterkin.
And it's a beauty. It develops along the boards. Now watch the pass right there that McDavid does to Draisaitl, and whoops, around it goes. Outshoots the left hand. What a great look here. Look at the position of Shesterkin. He's right in just a tremendous position, top of the crease. Suspect in his own end, but boy, he can make things happen in the offensive zone.
There's Bouchard once again, blocker down by Shesterkin. Ekholm, near side, Draisaitl in front, and Gavrikov is right there. And now McDavid back the other way. McDavid with a shot, stick save by Shesterkin. Outlet pass, Lafreniere, two Oilers back. Lafreniere with a shot turned aside by Skinner. Zibanejad on it for the Rangers. And now Kulak controls the puck for Edmonton. Knocked down by Schneider. Savoy had it taken away. Zibanejad, Lafreniere, Panarin on the ice for the Rangers. Panarin moves it out to the point. Long shot by Borgen, stops. Schneider off the post. He hit the left post behind Skinner.
Eliminates the Oiler from offensive zone entry, and you get another chance right here.
Kick save made by Will Borgen. Here's Carrick. Edstrom to the net, stopped by Skinner. And now the Oilers back the other way.
Carrick lays it out there. Look how far he's got to reach to get the puck. Well, he can do that when he's 6'7".
Sherry in a race for the puck. And it's poked away by the stick of Emerson. Now Carrick comes in to keep it alive. Centering pass. Oh, and a save by Skinner to Rob Edstrom.
From his center iceman. Starts here. In comes in support. Carrick looks around, right? Before he gets to the puck, he takes a quick peek. Picks up. Looks. Finds Edstrom.
Shots now 9 apiece. Schneider with the puck. He hit a post earlier in the period. Now Vakanainen tried to get it deep. Here comes Frederick. Frederick moving it up to Shesterkin. He scores.
Middle of the ice is open, right? Now the gap, the Rangers attempt to get it in. The gap between Vakanainen and Schneider is just too big, right? We'll take a look now. This puck, does that go off the linesman? Goes off the linesman, and Schneider is head up ice, assuming the puck.
Here's Panarin. Down low Zibanejad. Back to Panarin. Now Zibanejad along the goal line. Miller stopped. Held in by Fox. Cross ice. Shot wide from Panarin.
Position as netminder. Goes high and low to the slot.
Puck comes out to Fox. Fox across. Zibanejad blocked in front. Lafreniere stopped by Skinner. One of the Oilers without a stick. Now Draisaitl for McDavid. Backhand shot, missed the net. Draisaitl sends it back out towards the point. Deflected, chased by Carrick. Carrick moving in with a shot, and that hit the post.
That was a swing and a miss, and this is a snipe off the crossbar.
And now Draisaitl settles it down. Tomasik into the Ranger zone with Mangiapane. Tomasik, stuff attempt. Shesterkin the save. He covers.
We'll take a look now. This big winger comes down, lowers the inside shoulder, drives to the net. We talked about at the top of the show how
the power play for the Rangers. Fox, now Miller. Miller cutting wide on Emberson. Miller out in front. Zibanejad missed the net. Lafreniere with the puck. Out to Panarin. Panarin carries in deep. Back out to Adam Fox. Now it's Panarin with a shot kicked out of the rebound, kept away from Lafreniere. Chipped into the corner by Zibanejad for Miller. Sherry, both go down. Oilers keep the puck alive. Here's McDavid, dropping it back. Bouchard stopped from point-blank range by Shesterkin.
Yeah, that's Igor's best save in a while. There's no question. Puck will come out. Boy, that's a really good save again.
Back around for Bouchard. Oilers leading 1-0. Here comes McDavid. McDavid waits. Drops it off for Savoy off the post. Carrick works the puck free. Now Gavrikov with it. Here's Carrick. Looks to split through a couple of Oilers. Moves to the net. And the save by Skinner.
Into the offensive zone. It looks like he's going to go wide. And he pulls it in on forehand. And Skinner with those big pads once again. Looks like he's going on the backhand. No. I don't pull it on the forehand. And it's a glove save by
Ekholm getting in front of that attempt. Puck along the wall. McDavid with it. McDavid with the outlet pass. The net is empty. Henrique scores.
Well, once again, this is a frustrating night for the Rangers. Ekholm, who re-upped, and it results in an Adam Henrique empty netter. And
puck knocked out of the air by Borgen. Played by Nurse, and that will do it. Stuart Skinner with his 99th NHL victory, his 8th shutout.
Penguins in their road whites, black numbers, yellow trim, white helmets. Ducks in their home orange, orange helmets, and white numbers, and we are underway. McTavish wins the draw.
Erik Karlsson's off to a good start this season for the Pens, and he's very elusive back there.
Mantha's redirected. The line was denied by Trouba, but he follows it up, and now trailing the play, Ryan Shea. Long wrist shot, tipped in by Brazo, his 4th in as many games. And for the 3rd straight game to begin the season, the Ducks surrender an early goal.
Yeah, this is what this big line has done for Pittsburgh. Justin Brazo is a guy who has a reputation. Joe Quenneville was telling us early for today that gets off to great starts. He gets a little redirect on that point shot from Shea.
It was the 3rd time in Raquel's career that he led his team in goal scoring. Twice he led the Ducks, including that 16-17 season and the 17-18 season that began with that big moment in the home opener.
Lucas that time got to the top of the goal crease, made a nice stop.
Face off to the right of Dostal, and this one sneaks through on the original shot from Shea at the point. Another redirect in front, and the Penguins lead 2-0. It's Raquel victimizing his former team.
The simple plays have led to 2 Pittsburgh goals here. Point shots with tips right in front of the net. Those are tough for goaltenders, and there's the redirect. Good hands shown by Rickard Rakell. He tips that puck down and right through the wickets.
It looked like he had some net to shoot at, but he couldn't settle the puck. Granlund brings it to the top of the circle. Karlsson puts it right into the crease, and it's tipped in. Chris Kreider. It's 2-1.
third goal of the season already for Kreider. And you know, the reason why the Ducks wanted Kreider was to do exactly what he just did, John. He uses his body so well to get positioning. He's great at screening goaltenders, but strong on that stick. Dumba can't tie up the stick. He can't prevent the cross-ice pass. And it's a tap-in goal for Kreider. The power play brings Anaheim back within one.
Second power play goal of the year for Chris Kreider. 7-6 in overtime in San Jose. And we're not even half a period in. It's 2-1 here as Malkin comes in. Kicked out by Dostal. Draws two defenders and now ladles it back. Tommy Novak returns the favor. Open Ryan Shea and a save made by Dostal. That goes into the netting. Out of play. Penguins will send one forechecker in. Hellison plays it away. Mintyukov ahead. Granlund, nice little pass, give and go, and he enters his own 2-on-1 with Terry, and his shot off the glove of Jari. McComb back to get it. Under a little bit of duress, joined by Gudas. Puck turned over. Oh, what a chance there for Carlson, and a big save by Dostal.
You know, the standard in the NHL, boy, once you take one hand off the stick and you are checking, look out here.
Hellison turns it over. It's Crosby trying to sneak a 5-hole. Dostal fights it off, and then Raquel's one-timer deflected out of play.
To slide this 5-hole opens the goaltender up. It just hits.
Well, unless they're able to pepper Tristan Jarry in the final minute here, they're going to be outshot in the opening period for the first time this season. Mintyukov keeps one at the line. Great pass across. Dolce scores! Well, they don't need to outshoot him to tie the game.
We're going to be able to clear the zone. Look at Seneca. He pokes it away right there. And then a heads-up pass from Mintyukov to Gauthier, and Cutter Gauthier all in one motion. Man, he can absolutely drill it, and he got all of that. Not much that Tristan Jarry can do about that shot. Great pass, and what a finish.
Third of the year.
That was the second effort point right there. That was just the length of Seneca and a little bit of a reach.
Oh, another tip. This one off the crossbar from Tommy Novak. Fanned on his shot. Granlund into the middle. That's off the crossbar from Terry. Carlson's pass across, broken up by Seneca, and McTavish starts back to Seneca across the line. He finds the trailer. Zellweger save Jari. With 6 shutouts, got a fairly lucrative contract, and the Penguins needed him to be a little more than he was. Gauthier has a goal tonight. He and McTavish playing catch, and the return pass gets away from McTavish. And here comes a break. And a save by Dostal. Terry tracks down his own Karam. Now comes out of the corner with it. Open at the line. Mintyukov did well to stop that pass. It was an aerial version. Curling off the wall. Terry hit the goal post again. Mintyukov send the rebound wide.
But he is just snake bit.
Yeah, that's right 2 pipes tonight for Terry. Wow. The crossbar. And now the post to the right of Jari. Leo Carlson winds it up right through the logo and into the Pittsburgh zone. Killorn had trouble with a broken stick that's laying on the ice. Hellison winds and scores! Great traffic in front. And don't look now, but the Ducks have the lead.
It's a bomb from the right point from Drew Hellison. Watch the job that Carlson does here just to keep this puck alive. And Kreider, no hesitation, gets it back to the point. I don't know if this goes straight in. Carlson was there as well. I think it goes straight in. Perfect shot up into the top corner. Yep, straight in. Sometimes leading the rush, it seems.
Brian Rust for Pittsburgh. Gets it to a man coming right off the bench. Mantha gets the pass and scores on a changeup on a broken stick.
You know, this starts with the Penguins jumping off the bench, and I thought they were fortunate, John, they weren't called for too many men.
It was Crosby who came over the boards. The excuse me game tying goal.
Yeah, Malkin was there, but Crosby immediately touches that puck. Malkin had not got to the bench as of yet.
And it's the third goal that goes in off a deflection. And this is just plain old bad luck. The shot by Mantha hits the blade of the stick at Trouba. Changes direction, pops up and over the shoulder.
Crosby, top of the circle, snaps it down low. Rust goes backhand far post, kicked out by Dostal, still loose in front and played off the side of the net by Crosby. Skate save and a beauty. Still a couple of ticks left on the power play. Clinton shot redirected in front by Kindle and a big stop by Dostal. Carlson has a knocked off his stick by Granlund. But again, it's the Pens who possess. Cross-ice pass. Crosby takes the shot. Dostal to just 4 shots on goal in this third period to this point. Granlund wins the draw. Tap back by Carlson. He gets it back from Lacombe. Down low, walking in front. Terry sets it up. Kreider finishes it. A power play goal. The Ducks have a 4-3 lead.
Pretty open play. It's another one-timer. This time off the stick of Kreider. Good job. Carlson gets it back. Carlson down low, and then watch that little feed. Beautiful little backhand pass from Troy Terry. Kreider uses his body so well there, John. No one can get to that stick. And he just rips it up into the top of the net.
The Penguins will now use a timeout. Just keeps it below the goal line. Carlson trying to pop it in front. And the Penguins are going to run out of real estate here. And Anaheim's home opening win streak is extended to 10.
Second time through, you got to have all that same energy, emotion, and execution, but just do it every game now.
Nashville a win yesterday afternoon in Ottawa. The Predators began the season last year with 5 straight regulation losses. 2.5-minute shift for McMahon. Now McChelly coming up. McChelly centers it for Bidwell. In, shoots for short side. And Joshua flips it back down to the Nashville zone. Go to Joshua. Back for McCabe with a long shot. Scores! Jake McCabe through the traffic on the Leafs. Take a 1-0 lead.
Blocked a shot and went to the bench. So Dakota Joshua is out there with the help of Easton Cowan. Wins a puck race, gets back to McCabe, just drifts it in and catches a piece of something. Key here is get it flat where he can shoot it, not on the boards. Felt like that maybe caught a piece, or maybe just went short side through all the shot blockers and get Toronto on the board, open the scoring.
Up for Nylander. And Nylander moves in with Tavares. The drop pass for Ekman Larsson. Feeds it back in front. They score!
That's Ekman Larsson's.
Oliver Ekman Larsson has it deflect home.
Drew it up, but William Nylander drives Josi back, buys some time. Ekman Larsson joins. He's trying to find Cowan far post, or Machelli. And the back check by Weisblatt gets his stick down. Unfortunately, he puts it right upstairs. Never gets to Machelli, who, if Weisblatt doesn't touch it, would have put it in. But nice little feed at the blue line. Ekman Larsson has always been gifted at moving the puck around, trying to find a pass.
Back to Purvix, the former Tampa Bay Lightning star. Prospect, rather. Weisblatt for Smith. Purvix back for Shea with his shot. Score! It trickled through Primo. And Nashville's on the board. McCarron was standing at the side of the goal. Got the last touch, and Nashville trails 2-1.
The forecheck, turn it over, and that's a pop pass from Smith out to the point. And that must hit something before it gets to Caden Primo. Body of Carlo or McCarron in front.
I did hit McCarron.
Hit McCarron. Now, did he stick his hand out in that one on purpose? Maybe he touched it before it gets to the goal line, doesn't matter. He knocks it down off his body through the legs of Primo, then tucks it home to get Nashville on the board.
I did actually have to sanitize it a little bit anyway, but he also summed up goal scoring as sometimes the puck goes in and sometimes it doesn't. Now a centering pass, quick chance, score! And Nashville ties it up on the goal by Eric Haula. 2-2 on 2 quick strikes for the Predators.
Off to a good start to the season. Even the guy McCabe intended to go back there. hit, draws one, and it's just Weisblatt knocks Tanev off the puck. And Tavares, who was over in the other corner in support of the initial dump, it never gets back to the shooter. And that's just a battle Tanev loses. And Greg Berube is going to a timeout. And not happy right now on the Toronto bench.
Ekman Larsson with one of the Leaf goals. Nylander slides it back down to Michelli, winding in. Back for Nylander. There's Ekman Larsson. Nylander shoots. Rebound, score! John Tavares gets a stick on it, and the Leafs are back on top, 3-2.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson drives the D back, gets it to Nylander, who's able to get to the middle, and then the crisscrossing starts, and a little confusion, give, go. Nylander gets open, and John Tavares goes where he does his best work right down the front of the net. But that's a really good look between Nylander and Ekman-Larsson to get the first shot in on Annunen, and then the rebound available for Tavares. Nashville has plenty of players back, but could not sort out all that good body movement by Toronto.
Ekman-Larsson gathers up the loose puck. Up ahead for Robertson. For McMahon busting in. Shoot! Rebound, score! McMahon slides it home with a second try, and the Leafs lead 4-2.
Nashville changing, Toronto changing. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, beautiful quick up to Nick Robertson, and yes.
Watched there by Matthews, skates away from him. Allen, up ahead to Matthews, in with Nyes. Matthews walks right in, feeds across for Nyes for Matthews, scores! Oh, what a goal! The Leafs lead 5-2. That was sweet.
Neutral zone play, turns it over, and Cowan cues up Matthews. Once his first pass goes across, it was a 1,000% guarantee that Matthew Knight is going back to Austin Matthews to get him on the board. Defense, positioning, transition game, and then skill plays, and the captain finishes for his first past the goaltender. He had that same chance against Cam Talbot last game.
Dribble got a piece of that. Here's Bunting back with it. Back for Yossi. Lines and fires again. Blocked in front. Rebound put wide by Svechkov. Yossi. Long wrist shot, scores! Through the traffic, Roman Yossi finds the net. And Nashville is down by 2.
Collision, Austin Matthews was upset about. That's a grab on his arm. That's a hold. He's got to call that. He doesn't. Leafs don't get a change, and eventually the puck works its way back to the aforementioned Roman Yossi, of course, who made a career out of drifting one through the traffic and past the goaltender. And Austin Matthews, after that goal, goalie out.
The goalie out now as Marshall comes on. Tavares tripped down by Yossi. Tavares isn't happy, but Nyes has the puck. Banks it across to Tavares. Throws that towards the goal. Glove down, score! Matthews on the feed from Tavares. And it's 6-3.
Non-penalty that was called on Roman Yossi there. Tavares gets knocked down. He calls that one, but Nyes is going to get it to Tavares. He's only looking to get this back to Austin Matthews. And he gets it down. I know it's an empty netter court, but a lot of guys would glove this towards the net and risk putting it in the net. He gloves it down.
Ekman-Larsson bumping there with McCarron. Weisblatt feeds that back to Willsby across to Perbix. Shoot, scores! Perbix puts it by Primo, and it's 6-4.
He's on a wrister. Just trying to kill off this game. Won't love these late goals they're giving up. That's 5-on-5. Joshua gets drawn in to try to help with the shot block. And Perbix becomes him. Then Benoit runs out. Kenny Primo can't spot it through traffic. 6-4.
Now O'Reilly with a chance. Shoot, that was blocked by McCabe. Another chance for Stamkos. That deflects wide. Yossi moves up. Picked up by Nyes again. Looks for Nylander. He's not going to say no. Nylander shoots. Score!
Matthews be nice. Was trying to be nice. Trying to get it to Austin Matthews. Matthews didn't really jump up and look for his third, so William Nylander gets another empty net goal.
And the Leafs bounce back from 2 disappointing losses to Detroit with a 7-4 win over Nashville.
Opening faceoff is controlled by Dallas here on home ice. Bob, thank you very much, and we welcome you to Dallas for the back half of our doubleheader, and a scoring chance right off the hop for the Minnesota Wild and Yakov Trenyon for this Wild team. Second night of a back-to-back for them, squaring off with the Stars in their home opener. A couple of playoff teams last year in the Western Conference, both of them trying to take another step this year. You'll see the lines and pairs filter through on the bottom of your screen. AJ Malesko, Mike Monaco, and our entire crew with you, and an important couple of points on the line early this year.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Both these teams are really hungry for it. Dallas is one of the 3 teams still remaining undefeated.
Rope Hintz goes speeding in with a backhand kicked out, and Sam Steele could not trigger on the rebound on the save by Philip Gustafsson. Brock Faber tried to spin that one around the wall under pressure, forced back into the corner, and Faber dug it out of there toward the richest man in the NHL, Kirill Kaprizov. Here's Faber joining the rush, drops it back. Kaprizov tried to center, goes past young Matt Boldy. Boldy picks it up off the boards, filters one back around just out of the reach of the center on this top line, Marco Rossi. Pass out high, Boldy with a shot snapped on. Jake Ottinger made the save, steers that one off as well, and a centering pass went off the skates of Sam Steele. Bogosian tees one up with some traffic parked in front of Jake Ottinger. Fast start these first couple of minutes. Back to the line for the 18th-year defenseman, Bogosian. Dropped out high, Rossi, one-timer, Boldy sent that one toward the far post with Kaprizov lodged in front. Rebound there, Boldy cuts in, and a save made. Minnesota tries to lob that one out and does. Yeah, Kaprizov off to a good start with 7 points already. Here's Rope Hintz moving in, carrying in behind, feeds one back, Lindell, score! The Stars strike first.
Expected he might step out and either try a wraparound or try to take a shot himself. Instead, it's a beautiful look up to Esa Lindell.
Good job on the block by Brodin. Stars quickly back in with Robertson, who pulls up, filtered one, and a big save made on Bork by Philip Gustafsson.
Really like what he's seen on both sides. They were bottom half in both categories, penalty kill and power play last year, so that is important.
Harley moved one on and a big save made on Rantanen.
He signed a big deal recently, so talk about Mikko Rantanen, how big, how strong, what damage he can do in the offensive zone, both in the way that his quick shot and also the way that he can move the puck, see the puck, and then
Drop back for Wyatt Johnston, moving in with Hintz. A shot got swallowed up. The rebound loose for Rantanen, and he could not trigger. Johnston fires high. It settles down for Wyatt Johnston on the turn. Johnston hangs onto it. Scores! 2-0 Stars. Middleton was without his stick, and Johnston maneuvered right to the doorstep.
Try to block the shot, and here you can see on the right side of your screen, he gets tied up there. He's trying to find his stick. I think he thinks that Hintz has his stick, so he's trying to wrestle it, doesn't realize that his is the one down on the ice. By the time he realizes it, too late, Wyatt Johnston shows off fancy hands, walks all the way in, and just pulls it back. And what a finish up and...
Duchesne frees it up, was looking for Sagan, intercepted there by Trenyon, toward the line, not out. Johnston is stopped by Gustafsson.
Dallas pouring it on right now. You can see they're controlling the play, controlling possession, and Minnesota tries to get it out. They had a little flub play right there, And that's a release valve. That's not a clean pass. They're just trying to get the puck out in the neutral zone towards the end of the period.
Moved along out high, it's Thomas Harley. Feeds it off for Bork. Bork, without an angle, peels back away from Spurgeon. Feeds the line for Harley, shadowed by Rossi. A pass from Duchesne, he gets it back. Duchesne with space, net front, score! With Sam Steele parked in front, Dallas on the power play makes it 3-0.
When you have when this happens, Zach Bogosian right there, great position. He recognizes Tyler Seguin's in a dangerous spot, and then Sam Steele sneaks in here. So he's got to protect that area. He makes sure he negates that stick, make sure he gets that out of harm's way, but in doing so, as the puck goes, you can see good play by Duchesne. He's trying to put it to Sam Steele's stick, but instead of an assist.
Kaprizov for Boldy. Boldy drags and shoots. Tarasenko off the end boards. 38 seconds remaining. Booyam out high. All kinds of time here on the power play. Booyam on the turn. Still with it. Score! Boldy in front. And the Wild are on the board.
This power play and looked like they were going to have a two-man advantage, but they didn't. Matt Boldy, he's somebody that's interesting to watch the way he plays the power play. Sometimes he's at the top of the diamond there, and sometimes, the umbrella, and sometimes he's in that net front or puck retrieval. So good work by him to park right in front of Jake Ottinger, get a tip on the puck and up and over. That's exactly what Minnesota needed right now.
Tarasenko along the boards. 7+ minutes to go in a 2-goal hockey game. Tarasenko back to the line for Booyam. Waltzing in on the back pedal. Here's Kaprizov. Kaprizov down low through the wickets. The crowd interjects its thoughts on the call. Booyam off to Kaprizov. A shot! Score! It's a 1-goal game!
Power play, some beautiful setups, and here he is making good on this one. A lot of time, a lot of space, and then it's good work with Tarasenko down low. We haven't talked a lot about Tarasenko, but a great pickup by these guys. Really smart player, and you've got to honor him. So he comes around the backside, and you can see that Dallas has to be aware of him, and Kaprizov just takes advantage of that net front presence. Joel Eriksson Ek loves being in that position, but look, not
Lindell. Eriksson Ek goes crashing in to wedge it in the corner. Inside at 2 to go. Here's Kaprizov, a shot. Lindell the block. Seguin the turn. Robertson at center. Robertson for Faksa. Score!
Last few minutes have been pushing hard. You see the big guns go back out there. They're certainly fatigued. They played a lot of this last 10 minutes of this game. And then good job by Faksa to bury that one. I mean, he had somebody breathing down his neck there, and one fan very happy that he wore his full goalie regalia to see his Dallas Stars go up by 2. Still a minute 42 left, though.
Spins away from trouble. Puts it down low. Tarasenko back to Kirill Kaprizov. In behind Tarasenko. In the corner, to the line. Rossi, a wrister, got blocked by Lindell. Popped ahead by Johnston. Hansen pursues. He scores. 5-2 Dallas. Dallas looked good early on. Minnesota came with energy right out of the gates and again in the third. But the Stars win the first meeting between these two this season by a score of 5-2.